Hi everybody. I have a hollow core closet door that I'm going to hang here from start to finish. It's a Prehung primed, so, again hollow core with this packing on the bottom, which I'm going to start by removing that and throwing that in the opening that's made for in a linen closet outside of a bathroom. The staples, when this piece is removed off the bottom, typically it does not want to come out with a piece. On rare occasion it does, but I use a set of my dull hawkbill nips to remove the staples out, and they're dull so I just don't simply snip them off flush. Sometimes I gotta cut these bottoms off, so I want to remove the staples out of the wood. And the trick is to get it to roll and get it to move, and then because they're cement coated, they're difficult at first, but once you get it to move, they're easy after that. Otherwise, there's a good chance of it getting snipped off and you have no choice but to leave them in the wood. And you got to be careful how you roll those nippers also. Here I have a lot of room between the staple and this finished edge, so I can roll it up. See, that one's a tough one in there. I got to be careful how hard I squeeze. And I got one to pull and the other one did not. But the trick is not get it to roll over top of this finished edge. It'll bruise it, and it won't be the clean detail that it is. Let's see if I can get this one to go. Be an honor. I might have to leave this one in or nip it off. Ah, it went. Good. That one. So that part is done. There's some protection down in the way on the floor down here, so I'm going to peel that up and get it out of the way. It's a blue painter's tape with the ram board. It's a cardboard protective layer. And setting the pre-hung doors, they have a little plastic device on the side of the latch to keep the door from swinging out of its opening, out of its frame. So it's for shipment. And you can actually put these in without removing those, but it would be a bear. I've done it one time. That's the last time I've done it. But spin that out. You can leave the other portion in, because that's just a matter of just pulling it out from the knob hole. That's the way it goes in. It will be taken back out after this one piece, the threaded piece, is taken out. What I typically do is I place 4 shims on each side of the door. And I try to get it roughly centered up on the rough opening. And also I'll first level the floor. I'm going to do another door that's wider, and I will check the floor for level there, because you'll need to cut the jamb a different length on each leg, or at least cut a side so that the head stays level, but since the floor is out a little bit, otherwise the door will have a bad gap around it. But this one right here is so small that cannot be possible to be way out of whack here. So hopefully that'll be the case. I take these 2 shims right at the jamb, not down below, but right at the corner. So I'm taking the headpiece and I'm pressing it in tighter. If you set them down below, it'll start bowing the jamb and just give you trouble. But what this is going to do is allow me to lock the door in position at the top, so when I open the door, it doesn't want to fall out. And the other thing is too, you want to use something that's good for a straight edge. Even if it's a ripped edge of a shim, check it for straight and make sure that your corners are at least flush with the drywall like this one is. And that one's out a little bit, so as this is being driven in tighter, there it is then. Now that's locked in tight, and I got that trim there will go one nice and flat there. That trim will go one nice and flat there on the outside. But I also need to check the inside to make sure that's decent. Inside of a closet, it's not that big of a deal. You got a lot of grace on that. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop this little pin thing here. Take that plastic thing out. Okay. And that's looking good, and it should. The jambs are usually a 1/16 of an inch wider than what the walls are, so you can space that up a little bit and get that little extra beyond the face of the wall, should you need to. That's the ideal position. Flush or a little beyond it. I'm talking like 16th, 32nd or so. I have the top locked in now pretty solid. And I'll pin that in place if it stays there also with one nail. That way I can still shift the jamb in and out should I not want to close on the slam side. That's the side where the latch is at. You can call it the latch side, you can call it the slam side. There's a hinge side as well. So okay, I'm going to pin that with a 16 gauge nail, 2.5 inches long. One on each side. That one didn't go in and set, so now I gotta get my nail set. That in the rest of the way. It's done. Now to keep the bottom from dangling all over the place, I'm just going to set up shims behind it randomly under the hinge side, on the hinge side, because it's dancing around. Just to get a space started, but put one nail in there just to make that bottom behave itself. Same thing on this side. Got my shimming down there, and actually that's a nice position. And I still have room to adjust the door for plumb. And yes, the bottom's going to go that way. So it's showing down behind that hinge. And I tightened it up so it's actually pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can see that hinge down, shim down there. So I got it set in plumb. The gap is nice across the top, so the floor is level, the head's level. I'm going to set up a pin over at that shim. gap is looking pretty good. I'm going to pop the middle pin. And that way, when instead of shimming behind that middle hinge, I can get that knuckle on that hinge to line up exactly the way I need it to be. All right, right now it's lined up pretty good, so I'm going to set that in there. Now I'm seeing it move over out of the way the wrong way, so I'm going to send this hinge back, send the shim back. And check my alignment, and everything's lined up flush. You see some discrepancies on this face, that's not important, that's this way. I'm looking at it for left and right, not in and out. The hinge pin will pull that out to a straight line. Okay, all my gaps are nice all the way through, nice and uniform. Typically a nickel gap is what they look for, the thickness of a nickel. That's pretty much got the door set. I'm going to trim off the hinges. Trim off the shims, hinges. Yeah. That's got that door done, ready to trim. Again, this is one of my little shorts that I do here and there. This is something you like to see, please like and subscribe.